Hello everyone, hey, how's it going? It's me, Generic Pie, and I'm back with another episode of uh, the Lords of Middle-earth Tournament. This is game number 2 between me and Vanali in the first round. Um, and I lost the first game due to a combination of bad luck and making some risky decisions that didn't pay off. Vanali played it well, to be fair. And now we're on to game 2. This time I am playing as the Shadow. Vanali's playing as the Free People, obviously. Vanali has separated the Dwarven fella up to Erebor, and thus I have a token. King Brandsman, great starting card. The Jew is going to be a scary place to go this game, I think. This was a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember it that well. And I started with a Red Tile and Stormcrow. So I think Stormcrow is, yeah, maybe better. I suppose Stormcrow actually probably has less value in LoME because Gandalf denial is a bit more common. Anyway, I digress. Put in one eye, roll 0 eyes more, and Vanali rolled this unspectacular hand, not great. Even the Palantir is slightly weaker. Although having said that, yeah, with old OG Gandalf, that Palantir would be stronger. With this Gandalf, it's useful but not ideal. I get Sauron down. Passes. I get Isengard to. Oh wait. Yeah, I get Isengard down one step, and Sauron down. Vanali decides to draw a card. Draws into Dane. Okay, yeah. So getting all of the Jew line cards gives me an easy place to avoid at least. I do standard army movements to Gorgoroth and Nihurad. King Brands is played. Cycles into the Red Arrow. Army movements in Mordor. What 2 movements here? We get the Old Forest Road guy and Edoras to Western Met. Play the Ring is mine. Fellowship moves. I hit on a 6 first move and I get a 0 reveal. So, I mean, does it get any worse? Does it get any worse for the Free People? I'm not sure it does. I'm not sure it does. You're hit on the first move on a 6 in Lords of Middle-earth and you get a tile that can't even kill Gandalf. And oh boy, poor Vanali. I say wow. And Vanali says, the question is, do I try and invoke the Curse of Rompsteel, aka does Vanali want to vent? Naturally, I get the chief. Vanali gets the elves down a step, and I decide to get Gothmog with my final dive. Maybe at that point you just get the Balrog. I think the reason I didn't get the Balrog was because with the elves already one step closer to war and me not really having done much in the way of army movement, I wanted to prolong that. And like maybe I lose Gothmog next turn anyway. Lose the die. So maybe I can kind of get ultimate efficient usage of all of the minion dice. I'm still trying to get my head around the most efficient way to use the minion dice. I don't think I'm that good at it yet. But I went for Gothmog in this situation. Wanted to get him on the board because I'm looking at going for Gondor this game because I do not like the look of the Jew line now that we've got Gimli and King Brandsmen in play. Gone to turn number 2. Vanali draws Kid on Ships and Horn of Gondor. I get Morgul Wound and Return of Valinor / Deadly Strife. I once again do not add another eye to the pool, so I'm rolling very good in terms of getting. I've rolled a 6 on the single movement, so I'm doing pretty sweet when it comes to maximizing my eyes. Vanali gets 2 movement, but is going to have to use one of those to hide. What do I do here? I can't remember. Okay, I think I'm trying to find a card that I can use against the Fellowship so that I can actually start cycling cards and making use from the Chief. I can't really play Morgul Wound yet. So I do get a playable card. Fellowship moves. I get a 6 again. I say WTF. That's crazy. I hit on a 2. Gandalf dies. I then play Phlox Crabane on the table. So this serves 2 purposes. One, if I do get the Balrog, I can then try and force some pain going through Moria. And also allows me to cycle. So I cycle into on they went. Southrons go one step close to war. Pass. Southrons are all the way at war. Just making usage of those muster dice. I think actually in retrospect, I think that's fine. But this is a game where at some point I should have prioritized getting another Nazgul in play. And I think I didn't do that until much later in the game. I think it's a slightly bad habit of mine. Right, so I start moving the Southrons into position. Get Morannon up, heading towards Gondor as well. Horn of Gondor is put on the board. Yeah, so I'm combining all these big armies, ready to go for Gondor. So yeah, Wester Rondor's fully stacked, as is North Ithilien, praying he doesn't have Faramir's, or she doesn't have Faramir, sorry. Gondor is, yeah, Vanali does a smart play, gets Gondor one step closer to war. And then I play on they went. And then draw into the Nazgul Strike. Okay, so another card. So Vanali, she got maximum value playing the Nazgul Strike against me going through Emerald Dale. So now it's kind of the shoe is on the other foot. If Vanali were to try and go through this way, I would be able to try and kill Aragorn if I do get the Balrog. The elves get one step close to war, and I decide to attack Osgiliath. I could have got the Balrog there. Decide to attack Osgiliath, I guess, hoping that maybe Vanali doesn't roll any musters next turn, or maybe only rolls a will, and then that will is being, earmarked for Gandalf. So I'm kind of making it so, Vanali has to worry about Day Without Dawn at the start of next turn. Maybe I can get Minas Tirith under siege cheaply. So yeah, that's kind of the thinking there. What cards have we got here? So yeah, Great Host. I want to just kill this thing. So yeah, I do get my 2 hits. Yes, this is again to try and get as much value out of getting Minas Tirith under siege as possible, depending on the following roll. Vanali draws Wind from the West, which is useful. I do have Phlox on the table at the moment, but if I get rid of Phlox, she can play Wind from the West and choose a card of mine to steal. How sneaky of the free people. Denethal's Folly, maybe a game where it's useful. Lord of the Ring, cool. So yes, I lose the Gothmog die. Now I do actually roll an additional eye this turn. Vanali is going high on characters. So yeah, only the 1 muster can get into Minas Tirith, which is nice. And now I decide to change tact and go for Dol Amroth, because I have the perfect dice to do 1, 2, 3 attacks, get Dol Amroth under siege with this big army, and then I can do like a crisscross and send the Westeronder army up to Minas Tirith. Actually, wait. I could have done it with the other way around. Maybe I'm doing it this way because I have leadership in this army and I have no means of moving leadership around. I don't really want to play the Nazgul. I could play the Nazgul Strike, I suppose. But anyway, this is what I do. I kill Pelargir, sorry. Vanali passes. As I did show you earlier, Vanali does have Kieran ships, but the elves are not at war. So I think that's another reason I'm thinking I'm okay. Get the Lambeth under siege. Vanali moves the Fellowship. I decide to get rid of Phlox, trying to get a hit / reveal. If Vanali does try and take risks and go into Moria, I say safe. I forget that Phlox also applies on rerolls, so thank you very much, Vanali. I draw an eye, so yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted. And now if Vanali were to risk revealing into Moria, I would immediately get the Balrog. So there's, yeah, very risky then getting out of Moria. So Vanali wisely, unlike me, takes the high pass. I play Morgul Wound. I can't cycle, but I think it's good, obviously. Vanali hides. I get Sauron into play. Did I just forget to get Saruman last turn? I can't remember. So this is really interesting. This is a really, really interesting play because I'm sitting here pretty thinking the only card that can really hurt me here is Imrahil of Dolamroth, because even if at the start of next turn Vanali moves the elves to war, I would then hopefully be able to take down Dolamroth in a single die anyway. You know, I would just press through it and, you know, what cards have I got? I've got a Deadly Strife. I'd probably just play the Deadly Strife. Or maybe I draw into like a desperate battle or something like that. But what Vanali does, which is kind of ingenious, I think, is plays there and back again, moves a single little hobbit to Carrick, and because it works, because I mean, I think it works regardless. You could do this regardless as a way of removing companions. So it does multiple things, gets the north and the dwarves to war, but critically, it gets the elves to war and means that, yeah, I forgot that Gimli was starting in Erebor. So I start mustering in Isengard, and I'm like, okay, why would you do that? And then I realize, oh, of course you do that so you can activate Círdan's ship. So it's a really smart way of saving, or at least prolonging, the survival of Dolamroth. So for 1 HP with a die that has pretty much 0 other purpose, because, you know, I guess Vanali could have played Wind from the West, but beyond that, you're doing nothing this turn with that that character die, and instead you can save a stronghold potentially. So I draw many kings and dreadful spells. Vanali got riders and eagles. I once again don't roll any eyes, and now Vanali gets the will. So now Vanali has to... Yeah, this is kind of the position I was trying to put Vanali in last turn, where now Vanali has to basically choose between the risk of Day Without Dawn and playing Círdan's ships. So Vanali gambles. I mean, I do still have 22 cards in the deck, so it's that gamble pays off the overwhelming majority of the time. Yeah, and I was trying to say this before the card came out, Círdan's. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty predictable. So nice play there, Vanali. Yeah, and I just say that I assumed, and yeah, that Vanali didn't top deck it. But yeah, it was a cool play. I've never seen that done before for that specific purpose. All right, so what am I doing here? I was wary of mustering in Lossanac. I didn't want Vanali to take back Pelargir. Is that worth it? I think I was thinking what Vanali could do there is muster in Lossanac, and then I'd have to attack into it. I think because Pelargir is a safe territory, I could have just probably better to just put Minas Tirith under siege and then do it afterwards. Although maybe I was trying to bait a muster in Minas Tirith so I could then do some kind of other attack this turn. Can't remember. I'm not sure if I'm that smart. Probably not. Okay, now I remember what I should. Yeah, so what I should have done here is when I moved the army into Lossanac. Yeah, this is just inefficient play all over. I should have moved half of this army into Lossanac, so then I could open up the space in Osgiliath to move this whole army in. After I've done the play, I immediately realizes how stupid I was. Say, I'm dumb, and it just makes this whole thing a lot slower. So yeah, just poor play from me. But anyway, I move leadership around, get the chief back onto the fellowship. I mean, no, I undo that. Play many kings instead. Fellowship moves. I'm first safe move, yeah, on turn 4. So poor old Vanali. I'm still mustering up in Isengard, so I'm not sure what I'm really planning here. Am I planning an attack trying to get Rivendell under siege, and also maybe Helm's Deep when the timing is right? I'm certainly not prioritizing getting Minas Tirith under siege. Maybe I am trying to bait that muster. Can't really remember. Anyway, now I do this move that I should have done ages. I should have done much better earlier. I get Gothmog over to Dol Amroth because I'm wary of the fact that I'm going to need Gothmog's ability there. And then I move. Okay, that's okay. Now I remember. That's why I didn't move all of the leadership around earlier. I didn't get the chief onto the fellowship earlier because I wanted to do it all in one fell swoop and get Gothmog into Dol Amroth in the same turn that I get the chief onto the fellowship. So if I'd done that initial move, like I should have done, I could have done this and got a reroll on the fellowship earlier. So yeah, little inefficiencies, people. They catch up with you. Play dreadful spells on Dol Amroth. Get one hit. Cycle into Shelob. I go for Minas Tirith from Osgiliath. I say yes in capital letters. I leave one behind just in case. Just in case. I think, did I have a forward mustering card or something? No. Maybe I just thought that I'm going to want to move reinforcements in here. So protecting Osgiliath now, it's also, you know, if I do ever get a Shadow Lengthens, it's a convenient spot to get reinforcements in. So yeah. I don't think I'd need them though. You have to be very unlucky in this combat. I attack Dol Amroth. What cards have I got? So maybe I go for the Deadly Strife. What's Vanali got? She's got a Daylight. She's got a Heroic Death. There's no leadership, so it's basically just a Daylight and a Valor. Goes with the Daylight against the Strife. I would normally bait it, but I don't think I had any other cards to play. And I want to keep Lure of the Ring because I do want to, even though military is important, I do want to keep having playable cards to cycle, and I do want to try and, you know, where I can try and hurt if I can pick off Strider or something like that with Lure of the Ring. So I get my 3. Vanali gets 5 back. I'm happy with the 3. So we talk about Gothmog's ability. So 5 versus 3 there. Go on to turn number 5. Vanali gets Miracle Ladriel and Swords and Eriador. I get Wormtongue and Hill Trolls. Vanali declares away from the chief. He follows her. My eyes must be down in this game. I am -5 on eyes. I've rolled a single eye. That's so rough for Vanali. That's so incredibly unlucky to have a game where Vanali's rolled this many character dice. On turn 5 has gone 1, 2, 3, 4 moves, and I've only rolled a single additional eye. This is just a horrible, horrible game for the free people. Absolutely abysmal luck. Vanali plays Wind from the West. I show my cards. I was hoping that Vanali wouldn't take. The one I was most worried about was actually Hill Trolls. Because Hill Trolls, I think, is vital for me taking Dol Amroth. And not taking Dol Amroth, you know, I've got Gothmog. I've got a ton of musters. So maybe Vanali thought, well, much of a muchness, who cares? You can use all the musters to get to use Gothmog. But Hill Trolls, I just think, is a very valuable card. What she ends up taking is Shelob. Shelob's also a very valuable card. But when I've already got 2 powerful red tiles in there, you know, I'd say those 2 and Shelob are the best 3 red tiles, maybe, generally speaking. So I wasn't too bothered about that. If it was the only red tile I'd had, I would have been more concerned. I play Hill Trolls. I think I'd just forgotten about Gothmog's ability because I have so many musters. I don't know why I'd necessarily use it when I don't have any attacks. So that's a mistake. I should have just used Gothmog there, I think. Or maybe I have other intentions to these musters. I don't know. So yeah, I start mustering in Orthanc. The Fellowship moves. They are missed. I muster again in Orthanc. And the Fellowship moves. I hit again on a single 6 for the 3rd time this game, and it's a reveal. I mean, what is Java, man? What is Java? Just absurd. And then I play Lure of the Ring, and then I draw Strider. Like, it feels almost unfair just to show this game, to share this with you. It's a bit like showing a snuff movie or something. It's just like, no one wants to watch this kind of brutality. It's just gross. Poor Vanali. 3 6s on a single eye. Lure of the Ring into Strider. I mean, and the only, like, and it was only due to a bit of ingenuity that she was able to even play Kid and Ships in Dol Amroth. Like, it was almost a game where I was probably going to take out Dol Amroth, but leaving Kid and Ships, rendering it useless. So yeah, just horrible. So Vanali does choose to kill Strider. I suppose you don't have to kill Strider with Lure of the Ring, but he dies. There's a lot of I mean, let's have a look at the pool. There's still 3 tiles out there. Yeah, I'm not sure. And then there's also Candles of Corpses. I haven't even played like the Orc Patrols or the Foul Thing from the Deeps, or like the cards that can normally weaken the Fellowship yet, and yet it's still a treacherous, a difficult situation for the free people. So anyway, I draw into Cruel Weather because I forgot to draw, and I draw into Cruel Weather. So Fellowship hides. I attack into Dol Amroth, get a hit. Vanali gets no hits back. It's not even like the combat's going that well. I roll. I'm trying to just get this down without having to use any cards. So I get 1 hit on the second round, and then I press again, no card, and then I get the 3 hits. So I mean, it's pretty much what you'd expect. But yeah, I didn't get like, some horrendous dice there. I then start mustering in Moria. So my plan is to wait for an opportune moment to try and get into Rivendell when Vanali doesn't have many musters and can't muster the elves. Hoping that she doesn't have Kindred. Oops. And also maybe try and do that at the same time as I'm going into Helm's Deep, so that Vanali's a bit stuck in terms of, where to commit hybrid dice and army moves and things like that. She does have a scouts though, so she can, if I do attack into here, scouts to Western Met and then move that into here. Do I have a Swarm of Bats though? No. Anyway, so I'm building a big old army in Orthanc. And Vanali wisely, is prepping for the inevitable. So gets the Western Met army into Helm's Deep and the Iron Hills Reg into Erebor. I start moving up dudes, so north Dunland and east Rune. And we go on to number 6. I get Shadow Lengthens and Captain of Despair. Vanali gets a Power 2 Great and Elven Rope. So a good time to get a Power 2 Great, as I am planning to go to Rivendell sometime soon. Gets rid of Mirror of Galadriel and Eagles Are Coming. Yeah, makes sense. I do actually roll an eye this turn. Vanali does get some movements. This could be a turn where movement can happen. Doesn't risk Day Without Dawn moves. They are missed. I play the Nazgul Strike to get the Witch King back onto them and move my leadership into Minas Tirith. I roll for the hunt. I roll double 6s. I get a 3. Boromir dies. Vanali passes. I painfully use an army die to play Dental's Folly. That feels bad, and probably not worth it given Vanali only has a single. Oh no, Vanali has 5. Sorry, I was looking at my own cards. Vanali has 5 strategy cards in hand, so maybe that is a good play. Yeah, maybe that is a good play because I just want to be able to take it down easily, I guess. Vanali moves. I hit, obviously. I get a reveal. Vanali's revealed into the Fellowship revealed into Southern Ravanian. Sorry. I keep mustering in Moria. Fellowship hides. I keep mustering in Moria again. Mega Moria mustering. So I guess I've got 3 attacks to go for Rivendell by the looks of it. Elven Rope goes in the pool. Yeah, so I'm planning my big attack. Vanali plays Danes. Nice. Okay, so what was my thinking here? Yes, I'm combining in Fords of Vites. So what's this place called? Fords of Bruinen, whatever. And I'm also, maybe I should just combine these armies here in East Rune. But with this fully mega stacked Erebor, I thought, you know what could be useful is moving Gothmog around here. Then when I attack from Orthanc into Fords of Eisen, I can play Shadow, or maybe if I can get him to Andrast, I can then play Shadow Lengthens to get an extra minion up here. And also means I can leave a few extra dudes behind in Orthanc. I did get hit by, I think, a double or a triple Ents recently, so maybe I'm getting a little bit more wary about protecting Orthanc than I have been in previous games, but that is on my mind. It's kind of one, I feel like I don't want to leave a route back into the game for Vanali. So Vanali musters, doesn't play a power too great there. I mean, I suppose, is it the same difference? If you play... Let me just think about this for a sec. Okay, so I think the play, what Vanali maybe should have done is not use the Palantir to play the tile, because then you could muster and play a power 2 great and then muster again next turn, I think. Or I'm not sure if it works out like that. Maybe regardless, you'd still only be able to muster once. But yeah, maybe I'm not thinking it through quite right. But I am able to put Rivendell under siege before a power 2 great is played. Is I guess the point I'm trying to make. Then top decks Kindred. Okay, so Vanali has had some little ounce of luck this game. And I get Orcs play again and Panther of Orthanc. Fellowship's okay. I roll a bunch of eyes this turn. Then I play Spare 2 Great. I get the Chief onto the Fellowship. The Fellowship moves. They are missed. I play the Panther of Orthanc. Cycle into a Balrog is come. Vanali draws 3 rings for the Elven Kings. I go for Minas Tirith. So I'm trying to just set up all these targets and knock them down. So at the moment, I'm effectively, if I can take down Rivendell and Minas Tirith, that takes me up to 7 victory points. So then I just need 3 more. Where am I looking at? Probably Helm's Deep. Probably just the whole of Rohan, I guess. That seems like the easiest and most obvious target to me. So I go for Minas Tirith. I play Onslaught because I've got tons of reinforcements. Happy to just throw some orcs into the meat grinder. Get 1 hit each. Decide to sacrifice 4 orcs. Get 3 hits, so that's very strong, very good. Onslaught. Only plays Power of Tom Bombadil to get the north close to war. I muster some Nazgul because I think I'm just like, what else am I gonna muster at this point? Vanali draws a card, draws another blue tile. I play Captain of Despair, so just cycling cards here, really. I mean, it's a really powerful card. Not as powerful this... I suppose it can be very powerful in Mordor. Yeah, maybe it is very powerful at this stage. I then realised I cannot draw 2 cards, because I was thinking, ooh, I have you know, Palantir and the Chief. Alas, I had to choose. I get the Day Without Dawn. And Vanali plays a blue tile. Because at this point, corruption is a serious issue for the Fellowship. Free people get Every Little's a Gain and Elven Cloaks, I think. And I get Madness and Horror and Ring Racer Abroad. Fellowship declares. Chief follows. I'm starting to roll a few more eyes now. Vanali gets 1 will. Decides to move it straight away. Moves the Fellowship. I hit. 1 reveal, so getting rid of lots of the kind of annoying tiles out of the Fellowship. Not doing huge damage, but just kind of hurting in kind of just in an annoying fashion. Yeah, so corruption's getting very high. I get rid of Patu Great. Get rid of... I showed the cards, so you don't need to show the cards, but I did for some reason. Maybe that's how confident I was about winning. Right, so I'm readying these armies for potentially playing Shadow Lengthens and reinforcing Minas Tirith. Elven Cloaks goes in the pool, so a lot of blue tiles in there now. 3 blue tiles, only 2 red tiles, a few small tiles as well. So like, there is a possibility for like just an epic run in Mordor where Vanali just gets freakish tiles and just, you know, goes on like it's an incredible sprint. I attack Minas Tirith, no cards. Yeah, I don't need to worry about. I think I was waiting for Vanali to play a card, and then obviously she can't because of Denethor's. I roll amazingly. Vanali gets 2 hits back, but Minas Tirith is down. I'm on 5 VPs on turn 8. And now I start marching this army over here to try and combine and just completely wipe out Helm's Deep, take out Edoras on the way. So yeah, my clear route to victory here, pretty obvious. Vanali draws a card, so looking for any kind of useful, you know, there's another way type card, presumably. I think I started mustering in Moria, just so in case this fails, I have reinforcements ready to go. For maybe a Shadow's Gather into Rivendell, or if I get Shadow's Gather, maybe even Shadow Lengthens, you know. Plays Ents to try and just weaken me, I guess. Maybe better just holding on to that, but I suppose you want to keep some of these cards. At this point, I mean, the Red Arrow does have some value. Kindred has value. Weeper of the Swift has value. Shield Wall in combat. Yeah, these all have good value, actually. So, yeah, I can see why Vanali would want to just play a card to actually use the Ent card. Because, yeah, at this point, there's not much chance of Rohan actually surviving in combat, even with, you know, an amazing Ent's Rage. Certainly with this number of HP heading towards it. So, yeah, good play by Vanali. It also allows Vanali to then play into Weeper of the Swifter, which allows this cheeky little hobbit to go to Erebor. I do wonder if there could be a consideration to I don't know. Is that as much value as maybe next turn trying to get Gandhi into Rivendell or something like that? I'm not sure if having an extra hobbit in Erebor is going to do anything. Not like that'll do anything but clears the hand. So yeah, Vanali's just, clearing the hand, which makes sense. Because you might have to get rid of those cards anyway. Right, I play Ring Racer Abroad. So this, obviously, Vanali's holding Kindred. So now's a chance I can actually take out Rivendell before she can play it, which would be amazing for me. I move some leadership around. What's going on here? So, Relentless Assault against Shield Wall. I decide to sack 1. Should have sacked 2 by the looks of it, but I still get 3 hits. 3 minus 1. Solid. Vanali gets 2 hits. So, even though there's a risk of Kindred, I decide to stop because in my mind, I didn't want to use Cruel Weather. I can't play Mumakil, and there's a chance that if I just press this down, that I can end up kind of marooned up here with a small army. If it goes badly, I need to roll 4 6s, and that's never a guarantee in this game. So I feel like the risk of it going wrong is more dangerous in the long term than me just playing it safe, biding my time. And there's still a very strong chance that Vanali hasn't picked up Kindred. So I'm like, I'll just maybe I could have given it a go, and then if I had a really good combat in the second round, then I can push. Maybe that's the play. She can only roll a maximum of 3 hits against me, but I decided to stop. I think that's fine. We go on to turn 9. Immerhill too late. I will go alone. I get an Olokai and Warmissor and Toil. I once again roll no eyes. I get an extra eye thanks to Vanali. Vanali immediately plays Kindred, decides to not use a Palantir, presumably because you want to use a Palantir to what? Play? I'm not sure what the plan is there. Yeah, so I just explained what I literally just said to you in the video on the chat. Get more. What am I doing here? Now I play Olokai to buff up in here. Sorry. When I say here, I mean Rivendell. Fellowship moves. They are here for nicest Cruel Weather incoming. I play Cruel Weather, of course, which allows me to draw into Isildur's Bane. Finale then. Oh, I must have. Oh, sorry. I moved the Witch King up to Rivendell. That's what I did at some point. Because I'm giving up on the Witch King hurting the Fellowship and prioritizing getting Switch King going from the chief to the actual original OG Witch King. Now I do hit, which allows me to reveal. Gets a really nice tile in Mordor out of the pool, and then I get into a 2, which means I kill Legolas. So yeah, getting a lot of value out of Cruel Weather there. 2 extra tiles. Vanali says probably dying in Mordor, but maybe I'll hit 3 blues and the 1s. That's kind of your only hope as a Fellowship in this game. It's been kind of a bit of a game on rails for both of us, I think, in many respects. I play We Come to Kill against Confusion. I don't roll any 1s. I get 3 hits. Vanali gets 1 back. Then I do a post, and I get 3 on the post. Completely wipe out Rivendell. 7 victory points. Oh yeah, I made a mistake here. I meant to make the Witch King do the Switch King thing before I do the attack. I forgot to do that. Hence, in my mind I'd already done it. I hadn't, so I had to undo the card that I'd drawn. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, that was just a silly little misplay there. Finale draws a character card, gets an end card. I keep mustering an Orthanc again. Got all these musters. I've got so many musters this game. Let's see how many musters I've got. +8 on musters. I'm kind of +1 on attacks, but I've had mostly hybrid dice, which are the most versatile and best attack dice. -4 on eyes. Meanwhile, Vanali's -5 on musters. In a game like this, could probably done with a few more musters, I think. High on Palantirs as a result. Alright, I attack Fords of Eisen to try and get the jump, while Vanali is unable to do much, I guess. And not that Vanali could muster anyway, I don't think. Scouts away. Pass. Okay, I think that's where I previously had earmarked a Shadow Lengthens. Okay, but then I think, okay, so my initial plan was always do the Shadow Lengthens there, but I think at this point I realized that I need to get this army across. I need to prioritize getting this army across and taking Edoras, so I would instead do a little Shadow Lengthens through Edoras. Maybe that's not as efficient anyway. I don't know. Whatever. I was maybe also worried about the chance of Vanali top decking the Helm's Deep mustering card if I don't get Helm's Deep Under Siege this turn, which is always a possibility. Vanali uses a ring, hides a Fellowship. I get some Sauron regs into the game. And we go on to turn. Yeah, and at this point, Vanali just says, I just want holding out hope for the theoretical 1-turn Mordor. I get Rage and Orc Patrol. Vanali gets Athelas and Aemir. And I say, yeah, I need a perfect run, really. And then Vanali rolls this. You know? the 5 dice for a dream run in Mordor. And Vanali, how many tiles has Vanali got to do that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tiles. Oh, no, I guess you need Smeagol in there, really. Do it, I think. Because otherwise, the 3s probably kill you. Well, actually, no, I guess if you get them the... Would the 3s kill you? Not sure. I think you could probably survive one of the 3s. And Vanali says 1 real, and it's over. I say should have kept Day Without Dawn. And maybe when you're in a game that you're way ahead of Shadow, maybe keeping Day Without Dawn is just a smart play, just to give you that insurance policy in case the free people do get like an amazing roll in Mordor. First it moves. It's an eye. 3 reveal. Vanali has to use the Galadriel ring ability and get Smeagol! Smeagol to the rescue. Pippin gets back in place. Filthy hobbits is, you know, bow down to the Smeagol. 1 in 5 tiles done. So now with this dice roll, I'm like, it's very awkward, but I figure I can do it. I just want to get as many dudes into here as possible, while also taking Edoras in on the way. What I should have done there is, I don't know, whatever. No point overanalyzing at this point. Second move, Elven Rope. Holy shit. Vanali's doing it. I play Shadow Lengthens. And I don't know what I even did with the other ones. Okay, yeah, I had nothing else to do with the other move. This is all just inefficient play by me. Vanali moves again. It's a 3 tile. I say Jesus, because I'm like thinking, oh crap, am I actually going to lose this now? Am I actually going to lose this now? Is this a thing? Am I going to lose this now? Oh my god, am I going to lose this now? So the odds have gone from like 0.01% or whatever to like 9%. I'm starting to get worried here. 15%, which is, you know, very, very doable for Vanali. So yeah, I've got a big fat army in here. I've got 1 attack from the mouth and 1 attack from a ring, because I can get the mouth obviously with one of these musters. So I've got 2 attacks to take down Helm's Deep. I have a Relentless Assault. I've got an Orc Patrol, Ilsidir's Bane. Two Crawler's Deaths even. I've got a bunch of Nazgul in here. No, I don't. I have a single Nazgul in here. I cannot play Crawler's Death. You fool! Fool of a Took! I have no good cards. I have Relentless Assault. That might be enough. There's not much HP in Helm's Deep. And I do have how many HP? I have 18 HP. 18 HP! That's a lot of HP. That's a lot of HP. The Fellowship moves again. And it's an eye. And it's just good game. It's just good game. Because look how big the pool is. Look how big the thing is. So Vanali had to do that. And that was the game. So yeah. Stupid game of War of the Ring. Like a game that I never would have normally shared with you if it wasn't a tournament game, because like when you move against a single eye and are hit by 6s and you're revealed in the first step to a 0 reveal in Lords of Middle-earth, what can you really do? I made a bunch of errors this game as well, like forgetting the Witch King, inefficient army movement here, and overthought this whole thing. Could have been more efficient here. Got Gothmog into play. And yet I still just cruised to a pretty comfortable victory. Just a lucky game. I'd say probably like 99% chance of winning, or maybe not 99, maybe this, but yeah, it felt just like a game that was pretty much unwinnable for the free people, barring a freakish lucky run. So yeah, sorry about that one, Vanali. And we'll see if the luck turns in the final game. Let me just tell you right now, the Java gods have a big role to play in the final game as well. So yeah, one final look at the stats. Yeah, so just to rub, I'm also heavily up on 6s. Vanali's down on 6s, so not even any luck there. Terrible game for the free people. All right, ciao, bye-bye.